Well, my name is Dolly, Anna, Ruth, Elliott, Hames, Hubbard. And I get asked sometimes, is that not enough name for one person? And I'll tell you that I earned all of it. Dolly was my great-grandmother's name. Annie Ruth was my aunt's name. And Elliott is whose daughter I am. Hames is whose mama I am. And Hubbard is whose widow I am. What brought me to Baylor was I got one of those Sailor Bear stickers at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo when I was like 8 years old. And I told my dad I wanted to go to a school where bears wear sailor caps. So I got busy at school. I made straight A's. I made really good grades when I was, coming up through school. And I got scholarships, but Baylor didn't have any agriculture or any environmental schools or education at that time. And that was in 1979. I did 11 years in the military as air traffic control. I ended up kind of stuck out on my luck. No job, no good health, and no alternatives. And then my son came home one day and he told me about the post 9/11 Montgomery GI Bill. And he said, well, where did you always want to go to school? And I told him, Baylor University. I didn't have the money for the application fee, but come to find out there was no application fee. So I figured that was a God thing. And then the next day I got a phone call from the lady there at the administration office. And she said, everything looked good. I literally felt struck by God because I talk a lot. And that day I couldn't talk at all. I tell people that we're all wove together with strands in the fibers of the universe. And there's that one fiber that God uses to just draw us like water from a well. And that's how I felt being drawn back to Baylor. And I've witnessed this to as many people as possible. When I'm at Baylor, when I'm walking that campus, I'm walking stride for stride with God. And if angels unaware exist, it's in each and every one of those students over there. When people said, hey, what are you going to do now that you've got your degree from Baylor? 38 years of trying, what are you going to do? And I said, I'm going home. My people are from East Texas. I understand East Texas. I speak East Texas. I even considered being at Baylor like being an ambassador for East Texas. I would go to Baylor and I would get like the best education possible and then come home and translate it into East Texanese, and I would be able to help my people. I want to help educate the youth right on up to the aged as a community to not only accept each other's diversity, but to accept and appreciate the natural diversity that we're blessed with in Texas and this region. I appreciate the opportunity that Baylor provided me by reinforcing my voice with knowledge and education that's academically sound, but faith-driven. Can I say that? Yeah. That's what I appreciate. And if I can't be at Baylor, Baylor is now and forever always with me.